You want to feel good after waking up in the morning and getting your kids ready to go for the day. And then, of course, whether you get yourself ready before or after you handle your home, feeling good really fuels our confidence and motivation. That's really why I want to wear gym clothes that make me feel confident. This is a huge motivator for me to get moving. When I look good, I'm more likely to walk into my workout with a positive mindset. I'm not saying this is everything or this is the top reason to work out, but really this leads me personally to be more focused on my workouts, to have a better mental outlook, and it helps me create a loop where feeling good encourages consistency and achievement. I also want to be able to move in the clothes that I'm wearing. Hey there, I'm Ashley, mom of 4 and creator of Reps and Redemption. Join me as I share my passion for health education, explore all things fitness and nutrition, plus share a little faith-filled homemaking along the way. If you're a mom ready to build strength and live a life of epic redemption, this podcast is for you. Let's get after it. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, I cannot afford gym clothes. They're so expensive. The ones I would wear, I would never be able to buy. And if I did, it would be my only outfit for the year. Have no fear, because I want you to look good and feel great. How thrifting gym clothes will boost confidence and your mental well-being. I'm going to make a few points so that you can have a little takeaway on how I do my own personal workout gear wardrobe. And I do want to note that I am not sponsored by any of the things that I'm going to mention. This is just how I manage to have quality workout clothes that last, and how I have found success with feeling good, looking good, and quality clothes that help me move through my workouts. So a tip that I want to reinforce is self-care and self-worth. When you invest in clothes that make you feel good, even if they are thrifted, this will reinforce the idea that taking care of yourself is a priority. And one of the things that I like to talk about on the Reps and Redemption podcast is prioritizing our faith in the Lord and our own physical fitness. Now, I do think that there's something to be said about feeling good in what we're wearing and not feeling tired or frumpy, or even when we're worn down. I know for me personally speaking, if I put a little bit of, honestly, my morning routine for myself of getting ready is less than 10 minutes, I just feel better and I move better, which helps me be a more motivated mom and a better wife all around. And this is a priority. So if you take the time to thrift the way that I'm going to show you with just a few points, this will actually bring me to my next point: increase endorphins and reduce anxiety. Because when you're feeling stylish and comfortable in your gym clothes, you're going to have a positive impact just from exercising. You can move, you feel kind of cute. I think it's important to, have that positive mindset about yourself. But if I'm sure you've heard it from people before, like, oh, I feel like this or I look like that. Well, there is a way to complement what you're working with. So you're going to want to know your size. So that's a key point. You're going to want to know your waist size, your inseam. This is going to help you ultimately find the right fit, whether you're thrifting online or in a store. I do not try things on. I have a system. I know what fits me and what doesn't. And just a little side note, if I get something that I just maybe was kind of unsure of, because I'm thrifting it and most likely it's under $5, I have smaller friends that I train jiu-jitsu with that I know that I can throw their way, or I also resell clothes and I can throw it in my resell bag. So it's not a huge deal for me. If there's one or two things that I find that I'm just like, oh, I hope, I think this will work, but I'm not positive, I don't have a lot of time to try things on. If you're a mom, you know this. I am not there to try anything on. I don't do that. It's just not going to work. So I want to start there. And then my next point about thrifting your gym wardrobe is that it strengthens routine and discipline. When you enjoy what you wear to the gym, this helps you build routine and discipline. These are key elements for mental resilience and stability. Before I get ready for the evening, I lay out my gym clothes, or I have them in my top drawer. I already know what I'm wearing to the gym, so that when I get up, I don't really have to think about it. I already know. And I do a lot of color on color. So basically what that would mean is blue pants with a different shade of blue top. I love doing that. I do that with grays and black, of course. And then I have some things that don't really match, but they complement each other for that reason. And I think that when I have this routine of just setting my gym clothes out, I've mentioned this on the show several times, and then I know what I'm going to wear, and I actually feel really comfortable and fit in my gym clothes. It really takes a lot of guesswork out of it, and I'm ready for the day. It helps me be ready for the day. And one of the other points that I want to share is that this carries confidence beyond the gym. And when you feel confident in your workout clothes, it's just a positive self-image that transfers into other areas of your life, and it helps our mental stability. I think we live in a culture that's very self-focused, and it can be very selfish. And we can sometimes, as moms, say, oh, it's selfish that I work out, or it's selfish that I want cute clothes. But I think there's a line of being selfless is just thinking of yourself less. And it's okay to want to feel more confident and be strong, because we are doing these things ultimately for the glory of the Lord. We want to represent women and Christian moms well for the younger generation. I want, for example, my 22-year-old, I don't want her to look at motherhood and be like, oh my gosh, I do not want any of that. She's always so disheveled, and maybe we all lack energy, let's be real. But, she stopped taking care of herself. This isn't prioritized. And I'm not saying it's all about looks and not to be authentic. Some days I'm just really tired. But I want to show her that even though there are hard seasons and moments in motherhood, I can still prioritize my health and my faith as far as it depends on me while taking care of other people. And if feeling better and having more energy through working out and reading God's word, and then also dressing appropriately and the part to do so, it's ultimately just going to make me a more stronger, well-rounded kingdom woman. Wouldn't you agree? So I want to give you a couple of tips on how I do this, and how just finding the correct gym clothes for your body will really help you focus on your workout and be more, maybe even excited. I love thrifting. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I have to, of course, budget for it and make sure I'm not going crazy. But the way that I like to do it is I know brands. I know a lot of really good gym brands. One of my favorite is Athleta. That is not a brand that I can actually afford wholesale. So like in the store, and it's near where we used to live in Alpharetta, Georgia, in the Avalon. There is an Athleta store. Yes, I've gone into it many times. I love just walking through there. Beautiful store. I absolutely love it. However, one pair of workout pants that I would absolutely wear forever would probably be anywhere from $59 to $109. To me, that is just outrageous. I cannot pay that, and nor do I want to, even if I could. So what I have decided to do is see where I could source quality clothes from thrift stores. So I know a lot of people aren't fans of Goodwill. However, it works for me. I will go into that store. That is actually on the bottom of my list. There's a couple of local thrift stores. in this Georgia area, there's the Drake Closet. They have such a good cause. I love thrifting there. There is Uptown Cheapskate. I love that. So you just need to look in your area about what thrift stores are nearby or which ones you're willing to drive to. If you have younger children, I would recommend going in on a mission with a timer, snacks, a bottle, whatever you need, a stroller, or a wagon, and just running through it. A lot of the thrift stores around my area will do dollar days or fill a bag days. So for example, the bag costs $20 and basically whatever you can fit in there, that's yours. And so I thrift mostly on days like that with huge stickers on them, like 50% off to, like I said, the fill a bag day. And what I'll do is I know my size in gym clothes. I know that I'm anywhere between really a comfortable 4 to a 6. It just kind of depends. And then waist, I know my waist. I can do a 26 to a 28 depending on the brand. It just really depends. Like I said, on the brand, I like to buy a little bit bigger in the shirt unless I am wearing something over it, then I'll go a little bit smaller. So I know what fits, and I know like sports bra size. I'm aware of my body. I know what's going to work, and I will just fill the bag on those days. And then let's see, one of the last thrift stores I went to is part of a local church thrift store. So the prices there are even better. Of course, there's a lot less of athletic gear, but I have found my last 2 sports bras there. One was $3, the other one was $2. I could go on. I'm just trying to help you find what is best. And then one of my favorite things to do, which you got to be careful with this one, and I want to share it because I think it's very helpful, especially for moms who have really young kids or a lot of kids and find it really hard to actually go to the store, feel the quality of something. It's going to be really helpful for you. So it's called ThredUp, and basically you make a bundle with your selections. They have all sorts of clothes. So there's an active gear section. They have a ton of Athleta wear. They have My Daughter Loves Gymshark. Again, a very expensive brand. And it might be a season or 2 old, but the quality is in the description of, let's say, active pants, for the gym. It will say used, like new, excellent, fair, good. And you're just, for me, I get like new or very good. I don't really go below that. And then I just see what I can find. And usually I'll bundle it. So you can make a bundle and get free shipping if you spend a certain amount of money. And then I will just bundle it all up. And there's a lot of perks with that one because, one, you don't have to go anywhere. You can do it on your phone. But the downside is it can get a little addicting. So you need to be careful with that. But it's super fun. I love that one. And you get your box within a few days. And there you go, gym clothes at your door. I'm going to link my friend referral in the show notes. If you're interested, I think it'll give you like 10 or 20 off your first order or something like that. Like I said, I'm not like working with them or anything. I should because I love ThredUp so much. But I hope this episode encourages you that you don't have to. I mean, if you're wearing the same black leggings to every workout, who cares? They're black. Like nobody knows. Nobody knows but you. And that works for now, right? But I know that the more that I've invested just a little bit of time and effort, very small budget, I can really come across some phenomenal things. And I've actually done the same thing for my jiu-jitsu gear. There's a couple of rash guards. My favorite rash guard, it's a rash guard t-shirt. It's Under Armour. I got it off ThredUp. It was $5. I wear it all the time underneath my gi. It's one of my favorite things to wear. And it makes me feel confident. I don't know, something about Superman or Superwoman just really helps me feel really good. But I hope this has encouraged you. Let me know if you have any questions. If this episode inspired you, will you share with a friend? Remember, this podcast offers health education tips and holistic insights. Please consult healthcare professionals for personalized advice. Until next time, Mama, be bold and live well.